Good evening, guys. It's SMR here. Alright, so this is the continuation of our SLK series. Although we are done with the first phase of the series, and this is the continuation of the new phase. Alright, so in this new phase, we are going to be dealing more on things that arises, yeah, obstacles and things that people face when trading SLK. Alright, so and I'm going to be making videos sometimes based on the questions that arises. Alright, so now in this particular video, we are dealing on multi-time frame analysis, multi-time frame alignment, how time frame from time frame aligns with each other. Alright, so before I start, so you can also join my Telegram channel. You see the link on the comment section and join my Telegram channel. That way you have to see how we do it live, how it works, how the process that we go through. I'm going to share my view of the market and also my market insights as well. All right, so guys, click the link on the comment section. You are going to find the link on the comment section. Just click the link to join the Telegram channel. All right, so basically SLQ was already designed to make traders patient. All right, because you are going to be moving from ABC. All right, so you can't move from A to C. You cannot move from A to C. That you have to take it step by step. Yeah, make sure that there is A, there is B, and there is C. So that's how SLK was already designed naturally, is to help traders to be patient. And which is one of the reasons why many people are struggling. Sorry guys. So helps traders to be patient. All right, to be patient. It's not that we are perfect. Are you getting what I'm saying? The difference between you and somebody who is doing fine, it might just be because that the person has mastered what we call patience, but you have not. All right, so his ability to wait for whatever he wants to see to form before doing anything. Yeah, that might just be the difference between you and another person. All right, so that's why we are even dealing on this video. So when talking on multi-time frame analysis, one of the questions we should ask yourself is, will I be patient enough? Will I be patient enough to wait for those time frames to align? It is very easy to say, but it is when you go into the market that's when you will know that you will not be patient. So you have to bring yourself to that point where you train yourself to be patient. All right, so let's go into the chart. I don't want to dwell so much on what I want to say, so let's go into the chart. All right, so before I go into the chart, let me explain something. Let me pick something from our basic market structure and then we'll use it to explain what I want to do today. All right, so in our basic market structure, we said something that price is creating a high, a low, a high, a low, a high. This is what our basic market structure is, right? Meaning that for price to continue trending upward, it has to keep taking these highs. And when price gives us a break of structure, it means that we are still in the direction of the market, right? So let me pick something from SMC now. SMC now told us something that when you have something like this, a sweep, and a break, they call it a market structure shape, right? No, sorry, let me do something. Let's say price is trending downward, trading downward, like this. And price now gives something like this. It's a change of character. So they said the change of character is an indication. It's not a confirmation that price is turning to the opposite direction, but it's just an indication that price might likely turn. So how we now know is when price gives us a break of structure. So that price giving us a break of structure in that same direction of the price. Yeah, that one they call double break of structure. Why I'm saying this thing is because we are going to be doing, we are building it based on these things, based on basic market structure. That's how we are building it, whereby you are waiting for each time frame to give you the same thing at the same time. All right, so let's say for an example, when doing these things, they are You can choose to pay attention to just 2 time frames. Personally, I pay attention to three time frames. You can choose to pay attention to 2 depending on when you are building your bias from. Alright, so that's it. So let's say for an example, I like to start from the weekly time frame. In the sense that I work weekly to be giving me something like this, a break of structure to the upside, especially for a bullish market. A break of structure to the upside. Let me write weekly. Sorry. Let me write weekly here. Weekly giving me a break of structure to the upside. I want daily as well, giving me a break of structure to the upside again. Sorry. Surrounded by the cherubims. Sorry, that song is doing me something. So daily giving me a break of structure to the upside, and then we have the 4 hours. 4 hours giving us a break of structure to the upside again. So you can see that all these time frames are giving us the same direction. They're giving us the same direction. So this kind of a trade, 4 hours, this kind of trade hardly fails. Not that they don't fail, but they hardly, because all time frames are in alignment. They are going in the same direction, meaning that we are seeing a most recent break of structure. The most recent break of structure on the weekly is bullish, so as well as the most recent break of structure on the daily time frame is also bullish. The most recent break of structure as well on the 4 hours time frame is also bullish, meaning from weekly to daily, from weekly to 4 hours, we are bullish. So there's no reason now for you to be selling this kind of a market. There's no reason for you to be selling this kind of a pair, because you are already going against the market direction. You're already going against the market direction. All right, so now let's check for chart examples. And then we'll now complete it with building bias. Are you getting what I'm saying? We try as much as possible to talk about entries in this new series. We'll try to talk about entries in this new series, so don't be afraid. So we are using Japan 40 now. So we are going to be moving one by one from all the things that we have said. All right, so we are paying attention to the previous price action. All right, so how do you now know what your most recent breakout is? For beginners, you can be using your line chart. So using your line chart, what do you see here? This is on the weekly time frame. What do you see? You see price close, a low, and a break above the low. So this is it. I want to try and move this thing if I can. So this is what we have on the weekly. A break of structure to the upside. Most recent break of structure to the upside. So on the weekly time frame, the most recent break of structure is to the upside. Are you seeing this thing now? It's to the upside, meaning on the weekly we are bullish. Now we go to the daily time frame. The most recent break of structure on the daily time frame is still worth. This is the most recent break of structure. This. So meaning that we have price giving us this. Sorry, let me use my part. We have price giving us something like this. This came, created a high again, and then price came down, and then we have a break above the high. So the most recent breakout is still, I'm playing with the current price action so that you will know. So it's still what? Bullish. So meaning daily and weekly and daily are in alignment. So will you now be selling this kind of pair? No, it will not be good when you are selling this kind of pair. So okay, now let's say now we have 2 time frame are in alignment, right? So now let's mark where this daily is. Let me go back to the candle chart. This is where the daily is. This is where daily is reacting from. Daily gave us a breakout, so daily is reacting from daily open close. Daily open close. Now we now want to see 4-hour break of structure, a most recent breakout on the 4 hours to that same direction. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are seeing a most recent breakout to the upside. The most recent breakout on 4 hours is to the upside. To the upside. This is a breakout upside. This is also a breakout to the upside. Are you getting what I'm saying? So this pair now is what? The pair is bullish. So this kind of a pair is a pair that we want to be buying. Meaning our target will be here first. So sorry guys, I was kind of distracted. Alright, so price gave us a breakout on the 4 hours as well. Breakout on the 4 hours. So we have how many targets now? We have first target, and then we have the second target. All right, so mostly 3 time frame. I pay attention to 3 time frame, which is at the last time frame is majorly where my entries come from. All right, so as I'm coming from the weekly, daily, and my entries come from 4 hours. All right, so my entries come from 4 hours. So let's say now I wanted to actually be interested in this trade. We said something. We said such that price is interested in 2 things: rebalancing old imbalance at a specific pricing level and attacking liquidity. So now let's say now we already have our breakout on the 4 hours time frame. Breakout on the 4 hours time frame overlapping with a daily breakout at the same time. So we have this now. Then what can you see here? This is an huge imbalance inside of this level. We have an huge imbalance on the 4 hours time frame. Huge imbalance on the 4 hours time frame. Now, so attack liquidity, rebalance old imbalance at a specific price level. Now this serving as our liquidity. Now this, then which key level is inside of this imbalance? Which key level? Don't forget that we are looking for imbalance at a specific pricing level. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Not just 50% of an imbalance. Yeah, at a specific pricing level. Now that's where we now have this QMRO level. We have this QMRO level now. That was where price came after price took liquidity, rebalanced the old imbalance, then price tapped into a key level, and then this is where we are buying this trade from. I was actually bullish on this pair that Friday. Yes, I was bullish on the pair on Friday. Then stop loss can be below this low, and then take profit will be like this. It's like a 1 to 5. Although you can actually go to your lower time frame to look for a more precise low risk entry or this kind of stuff. Yeah, so this is this for that. All right, so now let's say we are playing from our daily time frame. Now we are doing daily. All right, let me look for a pair that has a okay. Let's still use this. You know why I don't want to use this? Because the daily breakout and the 4 hours breakout is overlapping at each other. All right, so let's look for another pair like this. Let's use Japan 225. So on Japan 225, now this is what I'm still watching. I'm looking out for price to come declare this high. This is what I'm waiting for on Japan 225. So what can you see? The most recent breakout on Japan 225 on daily is what? Bullish. Let's even check out for weekly. Let's see what we are doing. What can you see here? On weekly as well, we have bullish breakouts. Bullish breakout. So weekly, daily are in alignment. So most recent breakout on weekly is to the upside. I want you to pay attention to it. The most recent breakout on weekly, we have something like this. Bullish. The same breakout is bullish to the upside on weekly. Now go to the daily. What do you have for the daily as well? Most recent breakout is still what? Bullish on daily. Can you see it? So weekly, daily are in alignment. Now let's go to the 4 hours. Now let's go to the 4 hours. What can you see on the 4 hours? Bullish breakout as well. So all these time frame are now in alignment. We are having breakouts to the upside, breakouts to the upside. Now picking an entry is picking an entry is another thing, alright. So now see this now. So what I'm basically still watching, although daily, weekly, 4 hours is already giving me a most recent breakout, but I'm still checking if price might come back to this daily level. Then before we go to clear the eye, or price will just continue from where it is currently. Price will just continue trending upward, coming down maybe below. But anyhow, we don't create. All we do is that we don't predict what price wants to do. We react to what price is doing. Alright, so we wait for price to do whatever it is that it wants to do, and then we join. Personally, I don't really trade. I don't trade on Monday, so I use my Monday to wait and see where price is heading to, even though it might not give it to you as at that time, but it can give you an idea of where price is going to. Alright, so now let's deal with the last week. Let's see how to trade that we would have caught. Alright, so now let's go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame on last week, we had a breakout. So we're having a breakout. Forget about these candles now. So we're having a breakout. The most recent breakout was bearish. The recent breakout on daily was bearish. Alright, you can see it, bearish. Price went and broke structure to the downside. Price was bearish. Alright, so go to the 4 hours as well. Coming to the 4 hours, what do you see? We're having a most recent breakout bearish as well. You can see daily 4 hours are 9 in alignment. Daily 4 hours are 9 in alignment. And I want to show you something now. This is where it seems hard, where people now say trading is boring, because you can see price broke this level. Price broke this level on Friday. So before price now broke this particular one, it was already Tuesday. So meaning Monday, Tuesday, there was no trade. There was no trade for us. So now coming to Wednesday, price now tapped into our level. So now breakout on 4 hours is bearish. Let's go to 2 hours and see again. So if you check 2 hours as well, the most recent breakout was still bearish. You can see it was still bearish. There was still a most recent breakout bearish. Are you seeing something now? Most recent breakout was still bearish on 2 hours, meaning daily, weekly, 4 hours, they are now in alignment. I like to pay attention to 1 hour 30 minutes for my entries mostly. Yeah, that's what I do mostly. Alright, because so now check the 1 hour time frame. I don't want to go to the 30 minutes time frame. Check the 1 hour. We're still having a most recent breakout bearish before price tapped into 4 hour key level. Alright, so now price gave us a bearish breakout, meaning daily, 4 hours, 1 hour are now in alignment. So we use this as our liquidity. Price comes to take this as internal range liquidity, and then we play it from the QMRL level here. Then picking our entry, our trade will just be stop loss here. Stop loss will be slightly above this key level, and then take profit will be like this. Take profit will be exactly like this. But if you want to refine, you're going to see an A-shaped key level, right? Overlapping. Yeah, there's an A-shaped key level here. So you can refine your entry to this particular one and just take profit here. Then that was on which day did the trade trigger and get to take profit? That was on Wednesday, and take profit was on Thursday midnight. Alright, so now the big problem now is, will you be patient enough to wait for Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before taking a trade? That's where the problem comes in. Will you be patient enough to wait for it? That's why patience is one of the things that will save you from taking unnecessary losses when it comes to like trading. There are some things that are actually should be easy for you just because you don't have patience enough. Alright, so let's look for another piece. Let's check GBP for an example. Sorry. I was doing a little study. The video I did before get to a place, the audio was not working again. So I had to just see, let me continue from there and record a new one. Alright. So now let's go to the daily time frame as well. Why I'm not going to the weekly time frame is because the week has already started as of then. Yep. I guess that was like a Wednesday. Wednesday. I don't mind noise. Noise is at my place. So on Wednesday, this was Wednesday, we were having what? A bearish breakout on daily. Most recent breakout was bearish. Then coming to 4 hours. What can you see again? On 4 hours, what can you see? We're having a most recent breakout bearish again on 4 hours. Apart from that, we're also having a bearish breakout on 4 hours. Can you see now? A bearish breakout on 4 hours. Go to the 2 hours time frame now. Coming to the 2 hours time frame, what can you see? Bearish breakouts. The most recent breakout again was bearish. This was it. Go to the line chart. This was last week price action. This was the last week price action. Yeah, so you can see it was still bearish, a bearish breakout as well. Before price tapped into this level. Alright, so this is where our entry was supposed to be from. Entry was from here. Stop loss this high, and then we're targeting this low. Although my overall target was at this low. I was expecting price to take out the low, but price didn't get to it. But price took out this. So you can now see daily bearish, 4 hours bearish, daily bearish, 4 hours bearish, 2 hours bearish, 1 hour bearish, just bearish. Each of those time frames were all bearish. They were all bearish. Jesus. They were all bearish. Alright. So you can see that price just tapping to it and boom, expanding to the downside. I would have loved to continue giving more examples and stuff like that, but I have something to do by now, right? So don't forget that in our next series, when the next videos that will be coming, we'll be explaining more on it. That's it. We'll be explaining more on it, talking about entries and haul and stuff like that. Alright. So don't forget, check the comment section, click the link to join my Telegram channel, where we'll be dropping our market insight, our market view and all that, so that you can actually see how it works real life, real time in the chat. Alright, so peace out. Have a nice day.